Hello and welcome to Matt's Rocks. Today I'm going to do these 3 Lake Superior agates. And I should have showed them to you before I dopped them up, because now you can't see the patterns on the other side. They're not all that. This one's the better one as far as the pattern on the inside goes. There's not a bunch of quartz on either one of them. Well, I don't think anyway. I can't tell if it's quartz or not. Probably is, because they're Lake Superior agates, but I'm just going to make smaller freeform calves, but I'm going to do them for small necklaces for little kids or something, and we'll go from there. I need one more video. This will put me through till Wednesday, the week after Thanksgiving, and that way I'll be set, so I don't have to do anything over the week of Thanksgiving. And I'm going to start these. I'm going to start with this one, and I'm going to start it on the 80 grit just because it's so heavy, so thick. This one here is fairly thick, and I may have to start it on there too, but this one here I'll start on the, because it's thin, I'll start it on the 220. But these other two, because they're so much thicker, I'll start on the 80 grit. And I'm just going to let them take the shape that they're going to take. I don't want to cut any of the outside lines off of them, any of them, if I can help it. Basically, I just want to clear out the rind and get down to the fortification lines. I got these down in Canada, the rock shop down there in Canada, Illinois. They got a whole basket full of them. None of them very good shape, but are very good agates, but they're more for tumbling. They're awful hard to get the dop sticks, get them straight on the dop stick. As you can see, this one's just a little tricky. Because when you put them on the dop pot to heat up the stone, you got to set them where you want the dop wax up on top. And as you can see, I didn't get that one very level. I got it level, but then I let go of it too soon. I think I stopped trying to hold it in place too soon, and it moved after I moved my fingers off of it, because the stone tilted afterwards. And it's going to come back to haunt me when I have to do this lower side where it's tilted down from this at a low, less than a 90 degree, or more than a 90 degree, less than a 90 degree from the dop stick. Because when I go to do this side and try to keep my girdle at a 90 degree from the cut, my stick's going to be running into the wheel on whichever side it's facing. And as you can see, it won't be the first time that's happened, because you can see the end of that dop stick ground off on one corner. And that was not this stone. Okay, I got them done through the 280 grit. There's the first one I did. It's ready. They're all ready to go to the 600. There's the second one. The other side's got the same pattern on it, only it's not got as much red in it, I don't think. I don't know for sure. It's been a little bit since I dopped him up yesterday morning, and I haven't seen him since, so I can't remember what the heck they look like. I was originally going to make earrings out of these two. These are two halves of the same agate. And this one has the same pattern on the back as this, or on the flat side. So this one will be made to hang with that side out, and then this will just be a bonus on the back, because it's going to look pretty good once I get it. Well, I get to keep it in focus. I was looking at my glasses again. They don't focus out far enough. I got to lean too far forward to get them to focus in. But this one here, this one can hang either direction. And I've got the girdle a little tall on this one, but only because it around this side here, it was tilted out away, and I didn't want to lose all the red in there. So I just got it to where it was pretty close to even, and figured, well, heck, I'll just leave the girdle fairly tall, and it's definitely not even, but I can straighten that out on these next two wheels. I guess it is even, it just didn't look even, just because of the way it's dull. But I'm going to go ahead and start them on the 600 grit, and then I'll take them off the dop stick. I'll show them to you after I get them off the 600 grit, and then I'll take them to the take them off the dop stick and polish the backs. And I'm going to polish them by hand, because I didn't have too bad of a luck, too much bad luck on the Brazilian agate I just did in a video before this, of doing the back of it without it being on a dop stick. So I think I'll be all right. I'm getting a little more patient, and especially now that the stones are going so well, I don't have to, if they're not too big for the wheels, I don't have too much problem with them. But if they're too big for the wheels, then I end up gouging them on one corner or the other. And if I'm using this wheel, I'll gouge them on this corner. Sometimes I'll gouge them on this corner or these corners of this wheel. You know, it's these first two. Working on this one, I've got a chance of gouging both sides of it. Working on this one, I got a chance of gouging both sides of that, which aren't as bad as gouging this side of this, which has happened before too. And I keep cutting my knuckle on that 280 grit. Actually, hitting the. This looked like a big blood blister where it had dried up. And I started squeezing it from this end to get the blood out of it. And then when I wiped it off, there was nothing in between the two sides of the scratch. But it's basically just a scratch. Two extras on this one that I didn't have. Had this one from the Brazilian agate. But I can live with those. I've done worse than that shaving. Not recently, but okay, let's start them in the order I did them to begin with. Might want to turn on some water. I think I did, yep. This one does have a lot of pits on the outside edge too. I never did show them on this smaller. Oh, you see the pits there. Um, there. There's one on the corner. I don't know if I showed you that one or not. It's fairly deep, but shouldn't make much difference. And here, let me show them to you on this too, so you can see what I'm talking about with the patterns inside that rind that I wanted to leave on, the eyes and all that kind of stuff. That's what I should have done. And wet them down. You can see a little pattern in right there too, which is part of what's on the face. Why is that not taking water? And there's that one. Oh, focus already. This one's got a nice pattern on both sides. That's why I left it so thick. I didn't want to lose any of that pattern. Plus I figured on this outside edge, it would kind of wrap around the center because of the curve of the agate. I knew that rind and that red color was going to wrap around. Oh, focus again already. Whereas that's not showing like that on the back side. Yeah, maybe some of it is. One side of it anyway. Oh, that's not a pattern. I thought it was a pattern. Maybe I wasn't thinking of the same one. I wasn't. You got a spot here on this one that looks like a chip. I'm hoping it'll come off, but it's in this quartz. They may be a little bit more vibrant of a red once they're polished too. But Lake Santa Fe, Lake Superior agates are pretty much known for having quartz in them, and it's not a real good quartz. As you can see all the white. That's what I was talking about a minute ago. Oh, focus already. See how all that white is in there that's lighter than the rest of the quartz? It makes it look like it's chips or parts that's about to come off. And it very well might be. Not be easy. A better way to show that one if I get it focused. Right there looks like a big chip that's about to come out. I hope it doesn't. And they're usually fractured pretty good too. There's a chip on the edge here even. I should stabilize it. But I'm not gonna, not yet anyway. I can always stabilize it after it's polished. And then get the glue off and repolish it. That one's ready to take for the next. That's, I don't know if I showed you these up close or not. Not quite as shiny as it should be yet, but as it will be yet. Might not get any redder. It kind of looks red under here, but okay, 1200 grit. Okay, I'm back. I got those taken off of the dop sticks and I'm getting ready to polish the backs. And here's what the backs looked like without the dop stick on it. I didn't show you that before I started on these. I'll show them to you dry and then I'll wet them down and show them to you again. And I'll show them to you wet on the other camera. That way you'll be able to see the lines better. Get my fingers out of that one. Okay, now we'll get them wet here real quick. I'll show them in the same order. There's the first one. There's the second one. That does show a little bit more red than I thought it did, but it's still not as much as the other side. But it's got the lacy red and white lines around that center floater agate. And there's the last one. I think I'm going to round this side a little bit on this one just because this face doesn't look quite as good. It's still, if you like the circles of the eyes, and I like eyes, it's tube agate basically. They were there previous to the rest of it filling, like stalactites or stalagmites. So I'm going to go ahead and start on these. I'm going to do them in the same order I did them the first time. Hopefully, I don't think this is going to take very long either, so I'm going to go ahead and wet all of these down first. Man, see if I can't keep my fingers when I go to polishing. This one doesn't look like it's got too bad of kerf marks on it. Some of the other ones do. It's wet. Okay, I got them finished. There's the first one. Nice shine on it. It does have some pits. All three of these had pits on the face, on the cut side because of the quartz. Saw blade knocked out some pretty good sized chunks. Or, well, I shouldn't say pretty good size, but big enough that they didn't come off with all the other grinding that I did. And there's the face of it, or the back of it. Figured I'd show you both sides anyway, just for the hell of it. Halibut. And there's the next one. That's the second one. It's got a good shine to it too. It's got the fewest amount of pits, I do believe. I wouldn't swear to that. I didn't really count them, but just seemed to look the best. Some of this back also has, let me show this direction where you can see down in behind that layer of quartz. I'll show them on the other camera too. Uh, I don't remember what I was going to say right before that. I started to say something and then didn't finish it. And there's this one. Oh yeah, some of them had soft spots down in the quartz, softer spots of quartz, and then on this white. Uh, Actually, that's not all quartz. It's got a bunch of quartz in it, but it's not all quartz because that's where the soft spots are at. You might be able to see the wrinkles in it. And then there's the back of that one again. All the dots. Now here, I'll show them on this other camera. One thing I never did look to see. Oh yeah. Yeah, I figured this one would be the one to let the least slide through because it's thicker and got so much of the rind still left on it. I thought about taking that rind down a little further because there are several more eyes underneath there. I just got lazy. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. Oh wait, that's that doesn't sound good. Let me get my flashlight out because I think it'll be better than trying to block out the light here with the with these little bitty stones. There's the first one. Oh, I hadn't zoomed it in yet either. You can see the pits on it there. And the wrinkles. Wrinkle looking stuff from the soft spots. And there's the back side of it. You can see all the other spots down in it. That's why I stopped. You can see them, but they would have had lines, fortification lines around them, about like this eye. And maybe if I'd have got down far enough, they might have resembled or looked like that eye, except they might not have been as light in the center. I don't know. And there's the pits I left in it. Oh, that one's got quartz in it. Both of those have quartz in them. Or calcite. It didn't shine, whatever it was, probably because the grit couldn't get down in them. This one shined in this pit, but this batch didn't shine. And it's kind of got a yellowish color, about like calcite, so it may even be calcite in there. If that's the case, a quick dip in uh, uh, Muriatic acid, that's what I was trying to think of. And this one won't let, it'll let a little light through on the sides, on this upper side where it's got more quartz showing, but on the back, so wherever there's quartz on the back, it'll let light through, but where this dark's at, as you can see here, it just won't let it through. Oh, we'll focus. I guess it's letting a little bit, very little bit through. Here's the second one. And as you can see, it's got less pits. Not much less, but a little bit less. And I don't know why it doesn't have pits on this side in that quartz. It's got a few littler ones, but not a whole lot. I think it was just more solid because of the stuff that was on top of it. I mean, you could see most of it, but not all of it. And then here's the last one. This one's got more pits in it, but they're all a lot smaller than the second one. And this is the other half of the second one. And all that black stuff in that line, I don't know what that is, but I had a heck of a time getting it to polish out right. I think it's kind of a black sand. There you can really see the soft spots in that center white inside the red in that center floater agate. But if I turn it this way, you'll probably be able to see the soft spots in this quartz back down here. And then there's the back of it with all those polka dots on it. There's a bunch of them in there. And then right here is a floater piece of agate that's part of the center of that center floater in the other side. And it's got fortification bands around it too. Not many, but I almost forgot to show you this with the light going through it. And that's the front or the flat side. And there's the other side. And that's the middle one. I showed you the first one. Well, I didn't know I didn't either. Yeah, I think I did. I may have. I may have showed you these. This may be a waste of my time, but I know I showed them on the other one. That was the bigger one. And here was the thinnest one. And there's the back side of it. Hey, that might help. Let's start that over again. That's the back side of the little one. I'll cut that part out. There's the front side with it zoomed in. Here's the next one, the other side of it. That's the back side of it to start with. Boy. Now that my fingers are dry, I can't keep hold of these because they're slickery. And there's the front side of the middle one, which is the other side, other half of the smallest one. That's why I like the back side better. That one didn't have as much red in it. Okay, that's all three of them. Okay, I'll let you get back to the outro. But anyway, that's the video. And that's the stones. And it ain't 25 minutes to 7. And I took about an hour or so off for supper. It started at about 10:30 or so, or 11. Somewhere around in there. So that didn't take long. I like doing these. These go a lot quicker than these full-sized jobbers like this, unless I just face polishing them, and then they don't take as long. But if I round off the sides, it takes quite a bit longer because I got to get them even and all the angles the same down the sides and the front and all that good stuff. As far as both sides go, they need to be uniform, you know, and it's just a little harder to do. Not that it's that hard to do, but it just takes longer, which isn't that big of a deal either. That's all I got's time. And that's what I'm doing it for, is to kill time. But anyway, you guys take care. Thanks for watching. And this one will be out the Wednesday after the week after Thanksgiving. And I'm caught up, so I can stop worrying about putting out videos until after I get back from Thanksgiving. Or after Thanksgiving's over, I should say. But what was I going to say? Oh yeah, I gotta put my barrel together for my vibratory flat lap, or vibratory lap, so I can get it started going and get some of those halves of Brazilian agate that I'm going to make samples out of, polishing on it. That needed something to set it on, and I didn't want to put screws in these tables because I've got 2 of these tables. This one's a short one. It does raise up some, and I can't stand and do this. I have to on the saw, but I did that on purpose because that puts it up there where I can look at it too, and I don't have to bend over it. Where if you bend over it, you end up getting grease all over you. If you forget to put the blade guard on, like I have done before. But I didn't want to drill any holes and put screws in it to mount that. Plus that one's on wheels over there. The one with the saw on, it's on wheels. So when you move it, the level changes, and it would end up being moved too much. It's sitting on a rubber floor, but with circular holes or circular raised pads. Every so often they're about that far apart on all 4 sides, and they're in rows. And so it won't roll all that easy, but it will roll, and I don't want to accidentally roll it, and I'm not sure if the vibration will help it roll. I just as soon not do that, and just as soon not put holes in that wood butcher block top either. So that's why I wanted the barrel or something. I got a chunk of wood that's 16 inches around on the bottom end. So I had it where I was going to set it upside down, but my chainsaw blade got dull on me and it started cutting at an angle. Instead of cutting straight up and down, it would curve in, and I couldn't get it level where I could just set it there and it would be level. So I give up on it. But anyway, you guys take care and stay tuned for the next one, which will be Friday, week after Thanksgiving. You'll see more in between then. And like I say, Mondays, Wednesdays, or Sundays, Wednesdays, and Fridays are the days I put them out, in case you're new. And so stay tuned and have a good day. Bye.